No try to hide it.
Can I write something down real quick? Phone number? Because the girl I'm trying to hook you up with, Philly. Okay. I finally got her number. I'm going to call her to get her to watch the podcast.
Okay, thank you. You want my piece of paper too?
If possible.
Go ahead, young lady. You can start it off. That was some real
You
shit.
didn't play no music.
Oh, you want
No
more
one's
music?
on just yet.
Okay, good. Okay. Sorry about that, dirty. Can't stop by after this. Robert.
So here we are, Namaste, mi gente. Welcome to WATERMARK Podcast con la Margarita and...
Your boy, your cousin, a.k.a. your brother and your best friend, Professor
Rocco.
D. Rockmore.
Yes.
What's going on, Rocco? Robert? Mr. Hernandez? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, lady?
It's cold.
It's cold. I hear you. I came up in here. You have it kind of warm up in here.
Yeah, the heat is
on. The heat is on.
In Tampa, Florida. How cold is it?
It's on the stream. Mm-hmm.
It's
cold.
It? 47 or
Well, it's below zero around the country, so we sound like real squares. Okay, let's get that right. I was playing that. You heard that? I wanna rock with you on Michael Jackson, because they're gonna take Michael Jackson stuff off the radio too. I'm not allowed to talk about R. Kelly, but I am allowed to talk about Michael Jackson. Okay, did you hear about that? Did you hear about the new stuff going on with Michael Jackson?
Not at all.
The person said that he was raped continuously by him, and he did a documentary. They said the documentary was so bad that they played on Michael Jackson at the Sundance Music Awards, Sundance Film Festival, that they had to have grief counselors in there to talk to the people after the thing. That's how bad they said it was. Well, I'm getting kind of tired of it, but if people want to say their truth, no matter how long it is, and you gotta let people go ahead and vent and let them say it. The only thing I'm gonna say with that is that where the parents was at with all this going on. You know what I'm saying? I think parents really should be held accountable for that. You know what I'm saying? So if something was going like that with my kids,
well, because they're celebrities. Because they're celebrities, they feel that they gotta end somewhere. So
I wouldn't let nobody take my. Any celebrity, The Rock could come in and say, "Hey, your son Caleb is cool, and I want to hang out with him." I'm not gonna say, "Yo, take that motherfucker." You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that. So there's a point that you would say no when somebody's saying something to you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I don't think that's cool.
Hello, Priscilla.
What up, Priscilla? Hello, beautiful. I guess I'm beautiful today?
Yeah, I guess you are.
Well, hello. Thank you for calling me beautiful, Priscilla. I appreciate that. Thank you. What up, Bernice? What's going on?
Hola, Bernice.
Yeah, we got peoples in the building with us. Got unks and unks up in here. They are hanging out. We got everybody up there. This is a little
Welcome,
party.
Kim.
We got Kim in the building.
Tommy
in the building. Would you say Buenos noches? Yes. I'm the only black person that can speak Spanish in this room.
Maron. He's just so into himself.
So, why are people trying to take my shine?
They're not. They're not. You're just... I don't know.
What's that? What the hell is that?
He just said... Good evening. How is that trying to take your shine?
Because I want to say good evening.
Then you should have. You had ample time to say it. But you want to talk about molestations. So don't blame Mr. Kim for speaking that, right?
That don't even sound good.
just putting it out there.
Oh, shit. That sounds bad. Well, I'm changing my topic then. Today we're going to do mindfulness. A few things that was coming up that I'm going to run just some quick news at you. Quick. Because I was told no crazy shit on the news. Now I'm getting screamed like we're in Russia. And before I can even say the news, before I have freedom...
I was so traumatized over that piece of news you did a couple podcasts ago.
About the guy had the syringe in his butt?
So now, we will censor some of your news.
That was profound.
Especially when we're talking about mindfulness and growing in your purpose. We don't need to know what people put up their cavity.
Leave it alone.
Cavity?
She's right. Leave it alone.
Okay.
Yes.
Alone.
Well, okay.
Don't be a cavity.
Don't be a cavity. Don't be a cavity. What up, Andrea? What up, Mayonnaise? Okay, so no more talk about anybody sticking anything or leaving anything in their buttocks. Okay? So I'm changing my way of life and thinking.
Wow.
And I'm going to work on more cleaning stuff. What about Elaine? Okay, and you're not the first person that told me that they didn't appreciate hearing about all the syringes.
Who else was smart enough to say that?
A few people here and there said something about the syringe in the ass and stuff. So I'm going to change that. So no more syringe ass talk for me. But what I'm going to talk about today, okay? Read this. This is a news piece. Okay. First of all, I want to say, did you see this comment? Remember we talked about those guys went to they had that conflict with the Native American Indian
When?
Last week, and then the young white boy had the Make America Great Again hat, and he was like standing up front with this American Indian in his face, and the American Indian guy kept hitting the drum, but he didn't touch him, and they didn't touch each other. But people were saying that was very disrespectful for that young white male to be in Native American's face. Now, the Native American man said the reason why he got between them was because the black Israelites were having conflict with him, and so he got in between to try to quell the energy so a physical conflict didn't occur.
Smart.
With that being said,
yes, Andrea, thank you, Jesus.
What she said. Thank you, Jesus. I'm not talking about
Mick
butts.
Bernice says she loves all our news.
See, thank you, Bernice. Bernice, you have a lot of flavor. As the
I agree with Andrea.
Okay. So
where was this at?
This was at the I think this is having a walk for a meeting for indigenous people in the country, and they always gathering together. I don't know how the white kids were there from the Catholic school.
They were on a bus trip.
It was on a bus trip, right?
To the reservation? Was it on a reservation?
No, this was at the Capitol, right?
I think it was in Washington.
In Washington D.C. So, and when it broke out, the way it looked very confrontational. I like what the chief said, or the Native American man said. They keep asking him about it, trying to to stir the fire, and said to make it even hotter. And then he said that he wasn't going to promote the conflict. He wasn't going to feed it anymore. He's going to be there to talk with the young man if he needed to, but he wasn't going to keep feeding the flames of the conflict. And then when we talk about mindfulness, that came to me that a lot of times when we think about confronting, that we automatically put conflict, and we put conflict in such a bad term.
Well, because the word confrontation brings the negative connotation that because you're confronting or someone that it's going to turn out into a conflict. When I think, to me, I'm all for confrontation because it brings clarity. But that's for me. That's because of my mindset.
Right, but I think if people would stop having such a bad term with it, then confrontation wouldn't be such a bad thing. Go ahead.
The average person cannot deal with confrontation. That's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. It depends on the mindset of somebody.
If you confront somebody, in their mind, I've done something wrong, so I'm going to defend myself.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They get in defensive mode, and then the word yes.
Instead of saying this person might be trying to help me.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my uncles in the background.
Constructive criticism.
Exactly.
People take it, and right away they get all their feelings hurt, and then they get defensive.
Well, people don't
and they don't learn from it.
They don't hear that as being constructive.
Well, because people don't want to know what they're doing wrong instead of taking it and growing from it.
I like that. Now, in the news, Soldier of Christ, pot washer wins $21 million for working on Sunday. The woman was fired from her hotel job in Miami for not turning up to work because on Sunday she honors God. Okay, Mary Jean Pierre was fired in March 2016 from Conrad Miami Hotel. She was fired because she didn't show up for work. She kept telling them that she gotta go to church. They fired her, and then she sued them and won $21 million.
Is she married?
Is Is she married? Oh yeah. Oh, won't he do it? Won't he do it? Thank you, Jesus! I know she was crushed, screaming for that. Look that up. It's a good. Now, I'm sure they said she's not gonna get all 21 million of it.
Of course.
You know, because when they go through the pills and everything, but she's gonna get her a nice lump sum on that one. You know what I'm saying? So God just said, you know, He sprinkled her on that one. So she's coming up real good. What Miss Andrea said?
Absolutely, Andrea.
What she said?
Says that she believes that the Native American didn't want to create more division and engage with the young man that might not know better, and that's absolutely right. Like when we say about growth, 6 years ago, I am a totally different person than what I am today.
Yeah, you was very nasty 6 years ago.
And so I guess, and you grow to where you don't take everything where it's a battle.
You don't take it personal.
So right now it's not a battle. Everything that, and people like, even my kids, like, where's the Margie we grew up with? The Margie is sitting down over there.
Yeah, 6 years ago.
Because it's not worth the energy.
You couldn't come in the house. If you came in the house, you had to have the shoes off. and then, you know, she watched everything you do. And you couldn't do nothing in the house, okay? Nothing. So now
he's over-exaggerating.
Okay, now you threatened me millions of times. And even if somebody came and used the bathroom that you didn't know, you would threaten me if there's somebody else. You was off the chain.
Yeah,
I
gotta agree with that one.
I'm still a bit like that. You gotta bleach the toilet seat after every use, yes. But that's just my hang.
Now she let me come and just crap in her house with no complaints.
God.
Okay?
It's just ridiculous.
I know that.
But what I'm saying is, now when you grow mindfully and you set your intentions to where you just want peace and calm, you instead of jumping on someone, you like give them some space because they may not know better. They may not know what's going on.
Right.
Or that's your end to educate them on certain words that they're using that might be offensive. And they might not be aware of it because they were never told better. They were never educated on how to approach individuals. Not everybody that you meet, you know, common sense is not that common.
Well, true. I like that. Common sense is not that common.
Not only that, everybody doesn't have common sense.
So everybody don't have common sense because you could talk to somebody and they look at you and they're like, "Wouldn't you know better?"
That's the issue. Everybody
doesn't have common sense.
For granted
that people have common sense, right?
But everybody doesn't.
No, they don't. And then they don't water their seeds. They're not tending to their garden. So you come out. So then they get some people. When you're trying to educate them, when you're trying to enlighten them,
they don't want to be
then they look at you like you think you know it all. But again, if you're sure in who you are and you're fully present in your moment, then individuals like that will not offend you. So you don't shy away. Sometimes our purpose is to come across these individuals, and no matter how much knuckleheads that they are or how uneducated or unenlightened they are, it is our job to stay there until we help them water their seeds.
You got it warm up in here, girl.
It is.
Man, I feel like I'm in a sauna or a massage parlor or something. Man. I've never been to a massage parlor. Yeah.
So anyway, what is today's topic?
Wait. I got one more piece of news. Can I use this one?
Sure.
Okay. 3-year-old boy, you're going to like this one. This is so clean and this is like heavenly, okay? 3-year-old boy, lost in woods, hangs out with bear for 2 days. Did you hear about that?
No.
3-year-old, okay, listen. Okay. Casey Hathaway was found safe and well after sparking a massive search and rescue operation in North Carolina. They couldn't find him for 3 days. He said that he hung out with a bear the whole 3 days. Isn't that crazy?
Believing.
Yeah. They said, what did he do? They say I was with a bear the whole 3 days. Now, you know, thank God for the bear. That was a heavenly bear. You know what I'm saying? A hugger bear.
It was a female.
It was a female bear? You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
The nurturing.
Yeah, they are.
That was a female bear.
Well, my uncles know because we always call him a bear. So he has very good insight with bears. So, you know, he talks to bears. He likes bears. He's a bear whisperer. So now you want to beat me up. You can't say you want to beat me up on
here
TV.
We are. We're going to speak on mindfulness. So we need to lead there. Maroon, I tell you. I
He's the one.
Okay, mindfulness.
Do that.
Okay, now we was talking about mindfulness. New Year, right? And we said we're not going to do resolutions, but we was talking about changing people, doing some things different. And then one thing I was talking with everybody about was the mindfulness. How do you get your mindset for that? What does that mean? If you start getting on a mindful path, what do you do to get on that path of being mindful? Okay, you're going to do a workshop on that, aren't you?
Yes, I am. It's a process. People think that they're going to go to a retreat or they're going to come to a workshop and they're going to learn the basics of mindfulness and setting intentions.
Stephanie, Sonia.
That it's going to happen overnight. That they're going to leave wherever they're learning this and it's going to be set. No, it's work. It's like everything else. It's training your mind how to be calm, how to be quiet, how to silence all the garbage, all the noise that's in there, and how to stay focused on what it is that you're setting your intention on. And for many people who are not familiar, this right here caught my eye. For many people that are not familiar with it, they give up easy. And that's the whole problem with resolutions. It's good for the month of January, and then people just go back to their old ways because it's a comfort zone. It's a safety net. It's what they know, and it's easy.
Well, it's at 47% of the average amount of time our minds are not focused, and they're just everywhere, just popping around. So being mindful,
47% is a big amount.
47% is like more, almost half of your day that you're just scattered brain and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So then you're saying when we go back to that purpose part, Tommy, you know anyway, I'll leave it alone. So so you're saying to yourself, in order to be mindful, we're gonna really get that into our now. And we're going to say, you know what, let me stop being so scattered and so defocused and stuff, and let me kind of pull it all in.
Because who does it benefit? Like, people think they're doing all this stuff. Yeah, I'm just going to give up. It's not worth it. This is for you. This is for self. And we're so busy trying to assist others and be there for everybody and show up on time for this person and that person. Why can't we do that? We have to. It's a must. We have to do it for ourselves. For our growth. It's just for our health. For health reason in itself, you have to show up for yourself. You have to be focused on what it is, your needs. Not your wants, but what your needs are. You need to feed your needs. You need to feed your spirit so that then it can grow in harmony. But in doing so, you have to put the work in to set that mindfulness, to set those intentions and manifest the positivity.
Be intentional. How you begin your day will set the tone for what is to follow. So, like when you go into work and you're having a bad day, we talked about that today, and you're going in, when you go into work and you don't like nobody at the job, be intentional to say, today I'm going to work with folks. Today I'm going to have a good day. Today, and being mindful of that. Don't just get out the car and go in there.
That should start right when you get up. Right when you get up, like here, like when I get up, I don't care whose house I'm in.
What do you do in the morning?
I don't allow no negativity in the morning. And if my sister Janet's watching, she would know. I'll be up in her house talking about there's too much negativity here, and I ain't even going to work. And I don't like the yelling. I don't like the cussing in the morning. I don't like the, No, we're up. It's a beautiful day. The sun is up. I don't care how cold it is, how hot it is. We're alive.
So when you wake up, you
have to set the intention
Lillian,
in the morning. Hola, Lillian.
Who said we're never on time?
I'm never on time. I wasn't talking about me. I'm talking about people show up on time for everybody else, but never for self. So it starts when you wake up, not when you go to work. Because what if you're having road rage on the way to work? How are you going to set the tone when you walk into your job? No, it has to start the minute you open your eyes. Excuse me, mi gente, I got to turn this heat off.
Yeah, I'm hot. I'm so hot, I'm going to pass out. I need some ocean spray or something. Listen, be intentional with that. So what I would tell you to do is take the time to take that deep breath. And we're going to talk about taking that deep breath, getting yourself together before you go out and do something. But being mindful is such a scary part for me, because I have to always ask myself, what's going on with me today? And a lot of times I don't want to ask myself what's going on. I just want to kind of start my day. That's not the way to do it. What we want you to do is to be very focused that today I'm going to start that new day. Today I'm going to do something great. You got that air off? The heat?
Yeah, it's not hot flashes, Stephanie. It's just hot.
It's getting red. You saw it? It was the sun up in here.
It's just hot.
I was about to get my drawers and go,
Well, what happened is I was freezing 30 minutes ago. And then I just got hot. And plus, when I talk about something that ignites my passion, I automatically, I'm speaking in Italian.
And when you sit next to me, I can understand that red hot fire.
Yeah, okay. So mindfulness, and some people are just born with that.
What? To be mindful?
To be mindful and to always wake up with a positive demeanor and always see the better side of things. And if there's one person that I can say that lived that way all the time was Eric.
Mm-hmm. I thought you were going to say me.
Eric would wake up. Eric would greet everybody like they were such a blessing for him. Eric always saw the good in everybody.
He was good like that.
He did.
No matter how much I tried to poison his brain on it, he would not allow me to do that. No. And he was saying,
he was genuine.
And I worked very hard to try to poison his brain not to be mindful.
He was the real deal. You could have learned anything from Eric. For those that were blessed to have worked alongside him, to have shared his most deepest, darkest moments, and to still see him smiling through it, we were the ones that were blessed to be graced with it in his presence.
Yes. What you gonna say, young man?
I think if you wake up every morning and be able to see the sun or the sky, okay, and you start your day off like that, to know that you're blessed, because a lot of people went to sleep that night and didn't wake up. And if you start your day off that way, okay, your day's going to be positive.
Okay, then that goes into number 2. This is number 2. Take a purposeful pause. Just breathe, journal, step outside and take in some fresh air. Listen to peaceful music, read an inspirational quote. But they're saying do it with a purpose. When we talk about that purpose, but when we're talking about being mindful, when we talk about things, we're trying to give you some tools to actually implement it. Does that make sense? And I don't want people just to say, well, we talked about something and then you don't have any tools. So if you're just writing some notes down, when you get in your car, we're telling you, when you go to work tomorrow. One thing, I was having a meeting with Kim. We was in the car today. And I said, one thing I like about some things we talk about, that we can automatically implement it as soon as we finish with it. Mm-hmm. So when we get off this air, you can automatically be mindful of implementing it as soon as we get off the air. So then go to somebody and be mindful of the way you're speaking. Be mindful of how you're going to present yourself the next day. And think about, I know somebody at work you can't stand, okay? I have people in this room right now I don't like. But I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to be mindful of that. Sorry, Tommy. Okay. It is hot. I told you it was hot when I came in here. You
can open
that door, man. Okay.
But I think you're cold, Papa.
Okay, leave it for a second.
I think if you just set the tone, because remember, it's the old adage that goes, you get what you give.
True.
So if you wake up and you give back and you just praise God that you were given another day to make change. Why do you get up and just exist and do the same mundane things day after day? Do something different.
Okay. So
do something different that not only benefits you, but that it's like your spread kindness like a virus. If we were to do that, we'll be in a whole.
So we're gonna do just breathe. That's that kind of what you do when you do your thing
every morning.
Yeah, and you kiss yourself and do that. Okay, journal, step outside, and take in some fresh air. Now, I like what you said, that you just kind of just breathe in and you just go around and you kind of get in touch with nature and stuff. And some of y'all do that. I don't even, you see a flower and don't understand the beauty of the flower. Just look at it, just slow yourself down and then enjoy.
Like people wait all the way, up north. We can't wait for fall when the leaves start changing and then the coppers and the orange hues, and it's just the beauty. And we see so much beauty without taking notice that those leaves are dying to present us with that beauty. Okay?
I like it.
So why wait until fall to notice the beauty of nature around us? There's so many different flowers and trees and the smell of fresh cut grass or the smell of the dirt when it's about to rain. All of that. Like, vibrate with that.
Listen to peaceful music. I came over here one time and I just seen you like in your zone, and you was listening. I don't know what you was listening to.
It was jazz. It was Chris Bodie.
It was something else.
Was it Spanish?
No, it was something weird. Yeah, but it was. I liked it. It was peaceful. So, and that's what I say. Find something that works for you. Because whatever don't try to do Tupac or Biggie or something like that. Or you might try some Mark Anthony on a good day. But I'm saying Bad Bunny might not be the thing you want to listen to right before you go in on a peaceful note. You might want to have something very calm, very smooth for when you get to that point. Then you go in, you're already preparing yourself. But remember, we're doing all this intentionally, okay?
There's something that's, iron sharpens iron, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's also a thing that says about, help me, anyone, about putting your armor on every morning.
Yeah.
Put your armor on, and then when you pray, and then you put your shoes on, they're not there, but you put them on. Just do that and be that mirror when you're going out there.
Debbie.
Because, we're so stuck on how other people are going to react that we're not our true self.
Sonya said, bad vibes rub off on you.
Exactly.
I agree with that 100%. So that's why you put your armor on. You put your armor on so you can deflect and get that energy off of you. This came from a training today, and I watched the speaker, which was my Uncle Kim, deflect a lot of negative energy. And I just saw him. But what he did before then, he sat in the room. I watched him. He got his mind together. He listened to some soft music. He did everything that we're talking about. He did that. He meditated. He got everything. He even bothered me for a little bit. And then I couldn't punch him in the eye because I knew he had to do a program. But besides that, he did everything he needed to do to get himself in order before he went there. So
you have to keep yourself centered.
Right.
Because if you don't do the work to center yourself, how are you going to get mad from somebody taking you off course? Nobody's actions, words, behaviors,
You made me do it.
can take you off course if you invested in yourself and centered yourself and say, this is what I'm going to do. And you tell your message. You express your message. And no matter who's doing what, they shouldn't. Just like a comedian. A true comedian would not let the hecklers make them run off the stage.
No, a true comedian going to get that ass when somebody's trying to be disrespectful.
Again, we're talking about mindfulness. We're talking about positivity.
Oh, sorry.
And Mr. Rockmore just has to take a detour. But anyway.
Okay. What up, Janet?
Hi, Sophia. Hi, Janet. I tell you.
Number 3.
But again, I'm centered. So I'm going to laugh at him. Yes?
I was going to say, a lot of times when we talk about resolution, and we get off of our resolutions in terms of we get started and then we get lost. Mm-hmm. A lot of that has to do is the fact that we don't reconcile certain issues with ourselves before we look to have a resolution. You got to reconcile, take care of your business within your own castle first before you begin making resolutions. When you're making resolutions, they're empty because you haven't done the homework that goes before them.
So before you attempt to say I'm doing this, or trying to change somebody else or anything, before you do all of that, kind of what we talked about today was looking in yourself and starting from that one.
Solidify your foundation.
Introspection and reflection.
Introspection and reflection.
Your self-reflection tells it all and how deep you're willing to go.
Since you all can't see the voice and anything you hear smart, that means it's coming from me. But my mouth is moving and it's coming from me. It's not coming from anybody.
Hello, Ashley. Hi, Tiffany.
What's going on,
So he said, what you say?
Introspection and reflection.
Yes.
So write that down.
Write it down. Look it up. Learn from it.
Introspection and reflection. Number 3.
It's a sign of emotional maturity.
Okay. Write that down too. Emotional maturity. You're good.
You can't hold anybody accountable for what you're not willing to do for yourself.
Right.
again, it goes back to how do you expect someone to love you completely if you don't know who you are and you don't love yourself?
Listen to this. Number 3, mind your thoughts. And please write this down. The first one we said real quick was be intentional. Okay. The second one was to take a purposeful pause and then breathe and do these things. Number 3 is mind your thoughts. Listen, notice if they are serving you or sabotaging you, okay? And redirect if necessary. So people around you, they said, notice if those people around you are what? Serving you or because you know what? Sometimes people can be serving you and you're so far gone, you don't even know the blessing of being helped. And you know what I'm saying? Or sometimes the people around you also can be sabotaging you and then you still don't notice.
Yeah, but all of that takes place if you are not noticing if your thoughts are serving you.
Okay.
So again, this all goes back
Gladys
to you. Bendición, Titi. This all goes back to you minding your thoughts. Because if you're focusing on minding your thoughts, you're not going to be in anybody else's business.
Right.
So whatever's going on over there, that's not your issue.
Mind your thoughts. Okay, number 4, slow down. Enjoy the simple moments in life and create time to connect with others in meaningful ways. Slow down. So a lot of times we don't do that. A lot of times we get so...
We don't breathe.
We don't breathe, okay?
Speed race, talk about
Somebody said speed race, talking about me, speed race.
We don't breathe. You got to take the time out. Like when you're upset, when you're scared, when you're anxious. Take a deep breath. Breathe in. Breathe in like the goodness. Breathe out the bullshit. And then continue.
Well, I think sometimes it's hard to slow down when you're thinking you have so much stuff to do.
But then again, you're thinking you have so much to do.
Right.
We all have the same amount of time in a day.
How much time we have? How much time we have?
86,400 seconds. Okay?
That's a lot of shit.
Broke it down to you.
So everybody has the same. So why do you see, like me, Eric, I'm always thinking I had time, getting up, I'm rushing because I'm late, right? Always late. Eric would get up and he would just like glide, like so slow, and he never was late.
Never.
Same amount of time in the day. And I didn't understand. He would just get up after me and took a shower
and be on time.
Got dressed, sat down, ate, and still left and made it to work 15 minutes before he had to be there.
Yes, sir.
Women are different than men when it comes to leaving and going places. Women are going to take a lot longer than men. That's understood.
Well, so I lived that, yeah.
You know, I mean, that's any woman, period. If she takes care of business and takes care of herself. Okay.
Well, that's from the 1927 version of my uncle. You know, he said any woman.
Let me tell you something. And you're absolutely right. Because we're more... Breathe. It's more because, we feel we got to double check everything. Or we got to, the whole... Here, makeup, whatever it is. But again, it's about...
Here we go. It's about being intentional. It's about taking a purposeful pause. It's about minding your thoughts. It's about slowing down. And number 5, it's about...
The most important, observe without judging.
Wow, that's hard.
Why is it hard? Do you want to be judged by every person that crossed your path?
I like judging people.
See, but then that's your issue.
I'm judging you right now.
That's fine.
That's what I'm thinking right now.
That's
but I'm judging you right now. That's what I'm thinking.
It's not easy.
Who gave you the right to judge somebody?
Well, you're a bear, and I have a right to call you a bear. Stay back. You can't hit me in front of people in here. Don't ask Margie where the knives are in her house. What's wrong with you, man?
I gotta put my gun away. But anyway, and it goes back to what we discussed a couple podcasts ago about when we see homeless people, and some people won't. They'll rather go buy a burger, and then a homeless person's not going to take food from everybody. Just because they're homeless don't mean that they don't have any dignity. And if you just do that to them, what are you saying?
Right.
So, and then people want to judge. I don't want to give them the money because then they're going to go get drugs. That's not your business. If you were set in that moment and you have it right there, either you're gonna give it or not, but don't judge.
But right here, it says it's human nature to constantly judge ourselves, others, and situations. So it's not natural for us to judge.
But again, if you're practicing mindfulness, if you're practicing to at least, you know what? What is it that Gandhi says? If you want to see change, what change? Come on, help me with the quote. Be the change in the world, right?
Thank you very much.
But what happens if you have to say, you have to stop and think, what do you like? What don't you like that's being done to you? How does that make you feel? Like, we don't stop to think how we get mad for the moment and then we're doing exactly what
we don't want somebody to do to us. Right.
So, think. Sit down and think back. And what's this and what's that? Let me tell you, we're all going to talk. Everybody talks. You know, you're right. It is hard, Bernice. But, Janet, you do have time to breathe.
What she said? She don't have time to breathe.
Yeah.
Because she's so busy?
Well, she living, ain't she?
Well, you know, Janet, we keep saying, slow down. They were just talking about that I'm so speedy and I keep running and doing stuff. You know, you're right. In a time of day, I look at it and I think I don't have time to get everything I want to get done. And sometimes I do even overwhelm. We saw today, let me give you an example. We did training today and we saw this lady. I look at her face. I see her mind racing so much. I looked at her, and her eyes was just almost rolling back in her head because she had so much. She was trying to write, and she's just getting all excited. This chick sat there and had a panic attack in the middle of class, and they had to call the ambulance. Because, you know, at first I thought my uncle, because he was training, I thought he had said something really mean to her. But while watching her, no, she had a panic attack. And I was like, what's going on? And I talked to the lady. She said, my mind was racing. I knew I had to finish this. I had some stuff to do at home. And I just can't do everything. And this is just too much for me. And she was just mad. She just made this so... I said, ma'am, you're making this so much more difficult.
You know what I think when people do that? Because they don't have any faith.
Explain.
They don't have faith. They think that they're the only ones moving mountains. You can't move mountains unless you have faith. Unless you have belief in a higher power. So, if you feel that you're the one who has to get everything done, then I feel sorry for you. Because let me tell you something. I don't lose sleep over nothing. If something can't get done, I'm like, oh, well, I say a prayer, I go to sleep. I get on the airplane, I say, Father God, whatever your will is, I don't care how much turbulence there is. I sit back. If I'm watching a movie, I'm going to watch. I get upset because of the turbulence. The TV goes out. It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna worry about something that I have absolutely no control about.
That's what I feel about
light bills. If I gotta get home and bills gotta get paid, yeah. But you know what? If I'm gonna stay broke to pay a bill, then that's what's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna fret over something that might happen.
You're saying the lady was one of her anxiety attacks was because of her. She has so less faith. That in her mind, since she has to do everything, her faith is all in her.
I don't know her. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, if you have to have a belief in higher, you have to believe that things are going to get done. Whatever's supposed to happen is supposed to happen. If you didn't plan your day right, then that's on you. Right? Don't overcrowd your day. If you know you have all... If you're going to sit in a conference... from X amount of time to X amount of time, and you got to rush home and make dinner, well, call somebody, or you should have prepared it the night before. There are things that you can do to make your life easier, to de-stress yourself. So again, it's all on the individual.
Yes, sir.
You worry about the things that you can control. You cannot worry about the things that you can't control.
No debemos pensar que somos invisibles. Hay que dejar el trabajo en equipo, sea familia, trabajo, o que sea.
She said with work, family.
We can't believe that we're invincible.
Right.
Okay, so we have to leave. We have to delegate and work as a group, whether it be family, work, or whatever it may be. And you're right. So if I'm going to be at this conference from this time to this time, I'm going to call my niece, I'm going to call my daughter. Listen, can you go home and do this? If I have a dog walk... You know, you do. That's what family and friends are supposed to do for one another. But if you don't have no faith that anybody can help you, that they're not going to do things the way you do it, or that things just can trick over into the next day, because you have enough faith to say God is going to wake me up tomorrow.
Do you think that's something that you've done better for yourself?
I've always been like, one is I don't fret over anything. I'm a control freak, but if I know that there's something I can't do about it, no. No, I've never been like that. That's why people say that I have no empathy or that I don't care about anything. But no, I'm not going to stress myself out more. The only thing that stresses me out beyond measure is this menopause and this weight gain.
Wow. That's what menopause and weight gain.
But that's vanity.
Menopause and weight gain bothers me too.
But that's vanity. That's something I'm working on. Is this vanity thing? Because you know what? Like I've been saying, and like I tell people, and I have some friends who throw it back in my face, but don't you talk about loving yourself? Yes, but sometimes it's
when you're feeling bloated, you don't feel good. I don't care what they say.
It's a work in progress.
But girl,
like we said,
we're going to work on our menopause and weight gain together, girl. We're going to do this together.
So you know, that's just something that I know. That's a flaw that I have that I have to remind myself. It's a chapter. And I'm going to change my story in the next chapter. And whoever don't like this weight gain on me, they don't have to look, right? They don't have to hug me. They don't have to do anything. I'm loving me.
Well, I told you, especially like with men, with the weight gain thing we talked about, men, that's not an issue for men. Seriously. You know, as long as a woman carries herself a certain way, men ain't thinking about that weight piece. I'm telling you. Women think about weight much more than men.
But again, you're making it as though I'm making my weight gain and my dislike for it for how men are going to look at me. I don't care what man thinks I'm attractive.
No. You said
vanity towards myself.
You said something clear. I'm just responding what you said. You said I don't care what other people.
Not men. You genderized it.
Well, it's always men.
Because the women are the quickest ones to point out that I'm down. So I'm just saying in general, it's not a problem for me. No, I don't work. I'm not. My vanity isn't how men are looking at me because I know that I'm fucking phenomenal.
Well,
whether I got the weight gain or not.
Hello. Right? Hello. She's giving high fives in the building.
So it's not that. It's myself. It's health wise as well. Plus, I don't want. You know. I
know. I'm telling you. When I'm feeling bloated and stuff, I don't feel sexy either. So you know what I'm saying. So it works. So tell me shut up because I can talk about me feeling bloated.
Stress causes cancer, gout, heart attacks. So I try to eliminate. And you're absolutely right, Bernice. It is. It's not good. Stressing is not good for your heart, but it's not good for a number of.
Let me do number 5. Finish up number 5, and then you can say a few words, and then we'll shut it down a little bit earlier today. Observe. Okay, here we go. Number 5. Observe without judging. It's human nature to constantly judge ourselves, others, and situations, which is harmful to relationships and creates separation. Okay. To temper judgment, practice detach observation and acceptance.
Well, yes. But where does all that start with? Self.
If it's to be, it's up to.
Yeah, but it starts with self. I can't accept you and not judge you if I'm too busy judging myself because of this weight gain, then I got to take a step back because then that means it's going to be easy for me to judge everyone else. Mm-hmm. Because when you're one with yourself and you're living in your moment and you're loving and self-trusting and self-accepting yourself, then it's easy to look at somebody for who they are, not what they're wearing, not how much weight they gained or lost. Right. So it's all about self. So you can't accept like everyone else to look at you a certain way if you're not looking at yourself a certain way.
Yeah, you gotta
when my friends throw it back, oh, what are you, self-love? Because that's not what you talk about. It's a reminder to me. They check me.
First off, are they your friends?
Well,
or are they associates?
Oh, he went like somebody daddy.
You went exactly how we were raised.
Taking time to slow down, notice and process your emotions rather than react in times of high stress can result in better relationships and a greater sense of peace. Slowing down.
All of that is true, but again, mi gente, we can't get there. We can't practice this mindfulness until we stop acknowledging what our thoughts are, where we fall short on ourselves, accepting what we need to improve, and then working on it. And through the process of working on ourselves, after we've acknowledged that we have these flaws and accept that we have them, but that we have the capability of making ourselves better, then we can be fully into the mindfulness, setting the intentions, manifesting the abundant life that we or should be living without judging others and cutting ourselves short, because sometimes we judge someone who is a lot like us.
Right.
But that can also be such a big blessing in our lives.
True.
We cut people off because of the judgment when we first meet them. You know, people like people because they look pretty. But you know what? The most beautiful faces have the darkest souls.
Darkest souls, right?
Yeah,
right,
so
right,
it's about it's not about looking like what they look like, how their hair is, or whatever. It's about what are they speaking? Where's the kindness that's the light that's coming out of their eyes?
And what are you looking for at the time too? You know what I'm saying? You know.
Well, if you're aware of everything, right? It's like I accept everybody I meet. So I've spoken to Kim many times on the phone. So thank you for gracing me with your presence, because it's beautiful to see him now in person. And it's like I told you many podcasts ago. Every person I meet, I give them a name till they fuck it up. So I'm not gonna judge them until we've established some form of getting to know each other, and then you can tell who's for you and who's not, but not off rip. Because off rip, people are protected. They got their wall up.
And they're going to show you their best representative anyway.
It has been said that we only judge.
And you can tell who's for you.
We only judge in others what we see or
Absolutely.
what we hope for in ourselves.
Absolutely.
Explain that.
Well, if I'm judging somebody by the clothes they wear or the way they style their hair, there's a piece of me that wants that. And I may not have it, so I'm going to judge it.
So when I'm looking at somebody and I'm judging them, right?
Yes.
I'm judging them for what I want from them or what I admire from them?
No,
Thank you, Bernice.
I'm saying that when you judge someone, it's either one way or the other. It's either something that is in you that you see in them, or something that they do that you want to see in yourself.
Okay.
It's like a judgment and an envy at the same time. And a lot of people don't like you because whatever flaws you have that you're projecting,
yes,
it's a mirror image to them, and they don't want you reminding them.
Okay.
So they don't want to acknowledge that that's a flaw that they have. So they brush it off.
Tiff says called hating.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's when they say, you just like your daddy, or you just like your mama.
Oh, well, the apple don't fall too far from the tree.
Just like your mama.
Yeah. Okay. All right. See, you learn
but
something.
again, all of this can be, in the world that we're living in today. I think it's imperative that we practice this mindfulness, that we practice all these intentions for a healthier you, that your energy can be vibrant and not dull. Because if it's contagious. If your energy is vibrant and you walk into a room and people are frowning, but you walk into that room and you have a genuine smile on, guess what? Other people are gonna follow suit.
Yeah.
They're gonna smile. I walk in the room and I'm like, Buenos dias. I don't care if you speak Spanish or not. And the last job I had them people speaking Spanish every morning.
Listen, I do the same thing. When I walk into a room, I say, Buenos dias. So I don't care if you speak Spanish or not. I'm going to do it.
So, but what I'm saying is,
how am I a clown?
I said my intentions.
You are not going to sit there and judge me.
I said my intentions, no matter where I'm walking at. I am Margarita Rodriguez Chapman. So when I walk in, my Puerto Rican walks in with me. So I don't care if I walk into a room full of white people, black people, Chinese people. I'm gonna walk in, I'm gonna smile, and I'm gonna say Buenos dias.
But Margarita, you say something here that I said something about maybe 2 or 3 sessions ago, and that is where you're centered. If you're centered in a Afrocentric perspective in terms of how you see yourself in the world, and how we as people of color see ourselves in the world, and how the world otherwise see themselves, there's a big difference there. There's a big difference in all these things that you're talking about in terms of being healthy and being mindful. We have cultures that are developed all the way around that.
Yes.
And that's what our elders speak to and relate to. And when we relate to that, we're in good space. We're in good space. And our ear is bent and our heart is bent to listening and understanding that. And that is where the source of our survival comes from. And we need to stay on that and those who don't have it need to get some because it's healing.
But let me tell you, do you not know? And I worked in Tampa Park, I don't even know what part of Tampa that is, but it was a project. So everyone in those meetings, they were black, but guess what? Every morning after I started a couple days that I walked in, I would walk in, buenos dias. Like, they felt good that they were speaking Spanish to me. Hey. And you know what it is? It's just like, first of all, I taught them something, and I taught them something with a smile, and every time we were like in the same vicinity, it was all happiness. It was joy. You can feel it. It was never no turmoil. We spoke to each other
that goes to that
on a business level.
That goes to that contagious speech.
And right? What does that cost us?
Nothing.
It doesn't cost nothing to be genuinely good to people. People you don't know.
You have the ability to tap into that at any point in time. And it supersedes and goes past all the other stuff, all the other issues, all the other problems when you tap into the power of that.
Mm-hmm. And to me, I speak Spanglish everywhere I go. I let people know off rip I'm fluent in 3 languages. And it's not to be funny. It's just, you know what? This is who I am. This is who I'm going to be.
Your 3 languages
when we're in the same place, so that you don't get surprised with me, I speak fluent English, Spanish, and profanity. And you know what? And it's okay. I'm okay with it because I'm okay with me. Because I'm not malicious. I don't deliberately try to wound anyone. I try to keep my energy level, regardless of what I'm going through. I keep my energy level at a place where there's always comfort and there's always smiles.
Before we go, I want you to talk about real quick. You're going to do a workshop tomorrow. Tomorrow,
I have an intention ritual.
Just talk to us a little bit about that before we close out.
It's one of the workshops I'm having here. It's very small, and having them bring one of the 7 chakra candles.
Okay.
One that speaks to them, because if one of our chakras are off balance, we're off balance. Mine is the 3rd eye. That's my gift, and I have stones. Different stones. I really work with just the crystals, but I have certain stones that might be of benefit to them regarding what it is they're going through. And then at the end, I'm gonna have them all write something, a trauma, a tragedy, a wound that hasn't healed. I need them to write it down raw. And then what I'm gonna do is, sometimes when we're constantly marinating a hurt or some type of malice that somebody did to us, something, and it festers within, and it's bigger than what it actually is unless we speak on it. And a lot of people don't speak on it because they like to hold that grudge, which is eating away at you. So tomorrow, after doing the intention, we're going to write a story, because I want them to release something from themselves. So after they write whatever it is they're going to write, I don't care if it's 3 sentences or a paragraph, the person sitting next to them will read it aloud. And once they hear it from someone else's voice, what I'm hoping is that they're going to hear and say, shit, that's not even as bad as I thought it was for so long. And that's just a part of growth, is to letting go of something you no longer need. My father always said, lo que no sirve se bota. And so we hold on to a lot of garbage.
You don't need that anymore.
Yeah. So by releasing one, after setting an intention, I believe that's room for growth. That's room, because now to fill that spot would be a smile, would be a mindfulness that, you know what, I treated myself bad for so long. Let me start loving myself, because it all begins with.
And that'll all be going on tomorrow. So we're coming to make sure you get a lot of information. Please check her out. And if you need some extra support, or if you're willing to pay for some sessions, please do that too. Because in a little while you ain't gonna be able to get your hands on her. So you better do it while you can, because she's a rising star, and that star is gonna be going. Okay, and I'll be sitting here by myself twiddling my thumbs, because she'll be off on Telemundo tour or something like that. Leaving me because I don't learn Spanish quick enough.
So is that like him building me up, or building me up and then knocking me down?
Both. Let's go.
That's what it sounded like, right? He's gonna lift me up just a little bit, and he's gonna put me back calm down.
All right, sure.
Bernice, that's right. I don't let nobody call me Mira or Chica. I'd be like, no.
Go ahead, Shorty. Close this out.
So thank you, everybody who signed on and who's no longer on. We will do this on Thursday, ¿verdad?
8 o'clock.
Thursday, 8 o'clock.
Sharp.
And I will have something for that day. I don't know. So thank you for coming. Thank you for the love and attention. Namaste, mi gente. Remember to love yourself. Be kind to yourself. And I'll see you Thursday. Buenas noches from La Margarita and...
It was so good seeing y'all here. Tonight was a good night for all of us. We love y'all. We'll see y'all later. You out there, all our fans. I feel your energy, and your energy feels me.
It is Nancy. Nancy Green says that's him hating on you.
Woo!
He just wanted
Nancy,
to show you what he was talking about.
And we was doing so good, Nancy. Why you do that to
Buenas
me?
noches.
Good night, all. Good night, all. Good night, all.
No, that was your lesson. You just showed them what everything you talked about. I didn't take it as though you were hating on me.
I was.
That was you saying, "This is what I'm telling you not to do."
I was hating and loving all at the same time.
Maron, I tell you. Good night.
Good night, y'all. Bye, y'all. Oh.